Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today we are checking in on my 25 goals for 2025. It's the end of quarter 3, which means we need to check in with my goals, see how progress is going, if I've completed any, and really to kick it in gear for the last quarter of the year to get these goals done. So we're just going to jump right in. I have goals kind of separated into different categories, you could say. So the first is reading goals, and that's the first 7 goals, I believe. So goal number 1 was to read 100 books in the year of 2025, and I completed that in quarter 2. Now I'm at like 146 or something crazy. That's nuts to me, but I did complete that goal. Goal number 2 was to get my TBR under 200 books. I started the year at 287. At the end of quarter 3, I am at 220. So the number is down 67 books, which is phenomenal. That has to do in large part with my, it has to do in large part to my words. To my Pack It or Pass It series that I did before our move. I got rid of a lot of books off of my TBR with that series, so that was great. Down to 220, I still have 20 books then to get rid of or read or DNF by the end of the year, which could happen, but I'm also acquiring books in that time, so we'll see. Fingers crossed that I can get it down to 200. Goal number 3 is to read my self-destruct books, which I have read 8 out of the 12. So I have 4 more to read, and really this goal needs to be done by the end of November because that's when the original self-destruct video came out at the end of November in 2024. So it makes sense. I have a year to get those done, to read them by the end of November 2025. Will I get those 4 done? I don't know. I have audiobooks for quite a few of them, so I should be able to, but I have to really focus on that here in October and November. Goal number 4 is to work on series, and I have been doing great on this. I started a new video series called Spin a Series, where a spinner wheel chooses what series I either start, continue, or finish. That was helpful. But I've also, series September, I just really focused on series. I think I have fully completed 13 series in 2025 so far, which is awesome. And I am down, like the overall number that I'm in the middle of is like 23. So that's really awesome. I'm doing really well on that. It's a goal of mine to like not be in the middle of any series, or at least be caught up to all of the series I'm reading, and that the authors are actively publishing books, or I want to binge series if they're all out. Will that happen? Will we ever get to that point? I don't know, but we're working toward it. We're making progress. Goal number 5 was to complete the Buzzword Challenge, which is put out by Kayla from Books and Lala every year. This year she gave us a little twist with adding a Buzz Cover Challenge. I really fell off the bandwagon with that when we moved in July, and even in June. I wasn't tracking my reads as much as I used to when I had a full-time job and was looking at my reading journal more frequently. But then with the move, I got out of the habit of looking at my reading journal, my regular bullet journal, and I have forgotten about the Buzzword and Buzz Cover Challenge. I think generally I can fit all of the prompts that she's given us, maybe not in the exact month that each prompt is for. But I hope by the end of the year, I at least have read a book in each of the Buzz Cover and Buzzword prompts or challenges. I don't know exactly what July, August, and September were, the quarter 3 ones, but we'll do a recap at the end of the year with what challenges I actually fulfilled. Goal number 6 was to unhaul books. I have done that. I should say it's completed, but I just have to continue doing that. I have some books over on a cart that need to get out of my library, and so I just need to make sure that I'm continually unhauling books so that they're not just sitting on a shelf waiting for me to unhaul them whenever I get to it. That should be like a monthly to-do for me, but I definitely have done super well so far this year, and again, just need to get those books out of my library that I have unhauled to you in a video, but never actually got them physically out of my library. And the last bookish goal is to complete the Book of the Month challenge, which they have made their challenge crazy now, their yearly challenge. Instead of just one thing, like reading 12 book of the months, it's now like reading 15 book of the months, plus reading from a variety of genres, plus reading long books, and like leaving reviews. And then I think they have some other goals of like, or tasks, challenges of reading audiobooks or listening to audiobooks on their app. But I am choosing to complete the Book Boss, which is reading 15 book of the months this year, the Omnivo Reader, which is reading from 6 different genres, the Long Hauler, which is reading 4 books over 400 pages, and the Hot Taker, which is leaving 5 reviews. I have completed the Hot Taker challenge. I've left 5 reviews. I have fully completed 6 book of the month books, which means I still have 9 to read by the end of the year if I want the prize, or really want the prize. The Omnivo Reader, I'm at 4 out of 6 genres, and the Long Hauler, I'm at 3 out of 4 books that are over 400 pages. But I'm currently in the middle of one that will tick off 1 for Omnivo Reader and 1 for Long Hauler, so I'm gonna get there. I really think I will. We'll see. Okay, so that's the bookish goals. Now, the next few goals, or 3 goals, are related to my side hustle, my YouTube channel, BEKAHBOOKSANDBUJO. Goal number 8 was to reach 5,000 subscribers. I am at 4,300 something. So I still have 700 subscribers to go in the last quarter of the year. Not sure if I'm going to make it. If you are watching this video and have not subscribed, I would love it if you would do so and join me on my channel here. But I do thank all of you who are subscribed to my channel. It really means a lot to me that you support me in this way. Goal number 9 is to post for my patrons. I definitely post on my Patreon every single week with a newsletter. I call it What's in the Cards. But one thing I have really fallen off on in quarter 3 is chatting with them in our Discord server. We have a server over there where I love to just see what everybody's reading, ask some questions, chat about life, and I've really fallen off on posting. It's not even posting, just chatting over there in the Discord server. So goal for quarter 4 is to bring that back up, but definitely continue with my weekly newsletters over on the Patreon page as well. And goal number 10 was to become an Amazon affiliate. I did that back in quarter 1. The next 3 goals are money related goals. So the first is to bulk up our emergency fund. I hit our soft goal maybe in quarter 2, and now I'm reaching for an even higher, like our stretch goal. That's what people call it, stretch goal, when you think you might not reach it. And we're probably not going to reach it because we've had crazy like car bills, and we needed to do some things with our house. Now that we have lived in it for a few months, there are just some upkeep things that we need to do. So we probably won't reach the stretch goal, but I'm super happy that we reached the original goal. Goal number 12 is to bulk up our home sinking fund, which at the beginning of the year, when you didn't know that I was moving, that was originally to save for the move. And I would say we have done really, really well on this. I'll probably at the end of quarter 4 mark it as complete because we have saved a bunch for the home fund. I don't want to give exact numbers, but we're doing really well there, and I feel like we have a good nest egg for future things that we need to do for our house. And then goal number 13 was to add to our car sinking fund, and now we're starting to focus on that a little bit more. We have a van and a CRV, a Honda CRV. The van probably needs to be replaced within the next 5 years, and so we need to save a bunch in our sinking fund so that we can pay for that car as much in cash as we can. That's something we would like to do, not have to finance a car. So we started that sinking fund with only like $500 in it at the beginning of the year. Now we're closer to probably $2,000, but we're going to need a lot more to buy a car, especially a van. And we want it to be like 2020 or newer. So every month, we're just going to keep putting as much money away into that car sinking fund as we can. All right, the next set of goals, I call them one and done goals because once we do them, they are off my list. So goal number 14 was to clean out our cars. I did that back in March and April, so both quarter 1 and quarter 2. Goal number 15 is to fill out the new baby book for Sylvia. I had a baby back in April, and now she's already 5 months old, and I have not started her baby book. I have the baby book. Thank you to one of my patrons for gifting me the baby book, but I need to start filling it out. I did actually take it out of its box just this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago and looked at it again to remind myself what kind of information I need. And so that will, I think, happen in quarter 4. Goal number 16 is to go through my clothes. I did go through the kids' clothes back in quarter 1. We did do a pretty good clothes unhaul before the move, but now that I am getting back to kind of my pre-pregnancy body, I need to check out especially some pants that I had that I moved to this new house, and I don't even know if they fit. So I am going to make it a priority to do that in quarter 4. Go through those pants, decide which ones I'm going to keep, which ones I'm going to donate, and see if they fit, I guess. I would love to lose a little bit more weight and hopefully keep some of the pants that I maybe can't squeeze into yet, but we'll see. Goal number 17 is to get our kids to fall asleep on their own. I've talked about this ad nauseum, but at the beginning of 2025, we were in a rut of falling asleep with our kids in bed, or they would fall asleep with us laying with them, and ultimately Willie and I would fall asleep too because we were exhausted at the end of the day. But we have now gotten to a point where they will fall asleep in their beds on their own, and one of us needs to be sitting in the hallway. Now, that is not the end goal. We want to be able to not sit in the hallway and be able to go do other things while they're falling asleep. But for now, that's where we're at. I would love by the end of the year to get to the point of not sitting in the hallway anymore, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think the next phase is checking in on them every minute or so. And at the beginning, that sounds like way too frequently, but then you stretch out that time. So we'll check in every minute, and then a few days later we'll check in every 2 minutes, and then they'll just get more and more used to falling asleep on their own with us not in the hallway. So I don't know, that goal might be half complete by the end of quarter 4, the end of the year, but we have made great strides. I'm proud that we are not in bed with them as they're falling asleep. All right, now we are on to the lifestyle goals, where I am wanting to change something in my life, my routines, and these goals are going to help that. So goal number 18 was to take a picture a day, and originally it was post on Instagram once a day, but I kind of morphed the goal into just take a picture a day so that I'm remembering, memory keeping in the form of a picture on my camera roll on my phone. And I would say I've done really well with this in quarter 3, especially because I started vlogging weekly now in quarter 3, and I take videos or pictures of any cute things that my kids do, basically. So yeah, I would say I'm doing super well with that in quarter 3. Goal number 19 is to listen to my podcasts. I had gone away from listening to podcasts at the end of 2024 because I was too into listening to audiobooks, and I missed my podcasts that I was a regular listener to. So I decided in 2025 I wanted to listen to 2 podcasts every week: the What Should I Read Next podcast with Ann Bogle and the Happier podcast with Gretchen Rubin. And I have done that every single week. I've listened to the podcast. It maybe isn't on the day that the podcast comes out, but it is that week. So I'm doing super good. Just need to finish that off throughout the year, or for the rest of the year. Goal number 20 is to pair audiobooks with either walking or cleaning, and I think I've done pretty well with that in quarter 3, especially because I feel like I'm cleaning all the time, so it's nice to pop in an audiobook and clean. I sometimes, well, actually no, I don't think I have. I used to find that I was listening to an audiobook while sitting on the couch and playing on my phone, and so this goal was mostly to break that habit, and I think I've done pretty well. I definitely have paired the audiobook listening with cleaning, not so much the walking. I have a walking pad and I would like to do that, but my kids also love to walk on the walking pad, so if they see me doing it, they want me to get off and they want to walk on the walking pad. So half of this goal is kind of in the works, complete. Goal number 21 was to do the Yoga with Adriene challenge. I did complete that back in February in quarter 1. Goal number 22 is to lose my baby weight. I have technically lost my baby weight. I'm to my pre-pregnancy weight, but then I wanted to lose even more, and I'm not doing so well with that. I don't need to talk much more about weight and weight loss, but I'm working on eating healthier and moving my body so that I can be of the physical caliber that I would like to be. All right, next goal is to donate blood 3 times. I haven't even donated once. This is goal number 23, I should say. I do have a blood donation set up for next Monday, October 12th, I believe it is. But with being pregnant, first of all, I couldn't donate blood. So that was the first 4 months of the year, almost 5 months. Then with the move, I just couldn't make time. And now I am at home with the kids and not really prioritizing myself in any way. But I did decide to make this appointment, and I'm going to be able to donate in October. And then I think you need 56 days. Why is that number jumping to the front of my brain? I think it's 56 days to donate again, so I might be able to donate once more in 2025. If not, I'll carry this goal over into 2026 and make sure I donate as much as possible. Goal number 24 is to establish a morning routine and stick to it. My babies have not been sleeping, so I have not been able to wake up and do the morning routine like I would like to. In quarter 3, I've really adapted it so that I can do my morning routine while Mabel and Sylvia are awake. They do a good job of playing on their own, so I can move my body, usually on the walking pad, and then I can sit and look at my journal for just a very little bit while they're playing, or sometimes napping for Sylvia. And then I usually clean all throughout the day anyway, and that's a part of the morning routine. My morning routine is move my body, clean something, and do something personal. So the bullet journal usually is the personal, the cleaning happens all the time, and the moving my body is walking. So we're adapting it. I would love to get back into doing my morning routine before anybody else is awake, because I love that quiet time and me time. But in the phase of life we're in with how my girls are sleeping, I can't wake up much earlier than they can because I'm exhausted in the mornings. So kind of with the morning routine. And lastly, goal number 25 is to complete a monthly health challenge. And I'm really not doing well with this at all. I don't know if I'm just not setting good monthly challenges, or I'm just bad at any sort of health challenge because I'm needing to prioritize my family and my mental health before I can try to do anything else. So in September, it was going to be do a Grow with Joe video every single day. I didn't do that. I did maybe 3 Grow with Joe videos in the entire month of September. 10% finish rate there. That's really good. And in October, we're already 5 days in and I haven't even set a goal. So maybe it needs to be more mental health related. I should do like a mindful moment or something. I know they say that like deep breathing is really good. My watch has like a mindfulness breathing app, so maybe I should do that. We're going to say that now. October, the health challenge is breathing and taking like a mental mind moment. Cool. I'll do that. All right. And that is the 25 goals in 2025 check-in. I don't think I officially completed any in quarter 3, but definitely made great strides. I am officially done with, let's count quickly. I'm going to say 5 because I have read 100 books. I'm an Amazon affiliate. I cleaned out my cars, did the yoga challenge, and I'm going to say the home sinking fund is good because we moved, we purchased our house, and we have a really great buffer in the sinking fund for other home projects that we want to do. So officially done with 5. So that means I am in the middle of 19 and I haven't even started 1, which is the donating blood 1, but I've got the appointment on the calendar. So, and And that's it for the check-in. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments down below how you are doing with your goals in 2025, if you have them. What do you need to accomplish in the last 3 months of the year in order to achieve those goals? Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!